Hey guys, we're gonna have a quick video today. When I'm streaming on my Switch 2, I don't feel like always going upstairs, taking the whole dock, bring it downstairs, and set it up here. It just seems like a big pain in the butt. And it is. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna buy a new Switch 2 dock. Can't be that expensive. I'm on the Nintendo website, and they are asking $154.99 plus tax for the Nintendo Switch 2 dock set. I'm sorry? What does this thing do? Like, dude, that's like almost $175 Canadian. Are you for real? Even Devin's, hey Devin? He doesn't agree with that price either. And why should you? So then I notice this guy. Switch 2 dock. It's the S3 Max and it's by a company called Antank. I would like to thank Antank for sending this device to me so they could do a review. This review is my own opinion. They have not seen it in advance, and all opinions are my own. The only thing in the box that you'll find is the device itself that I'll show you in a second, and the instruction manual. That's it. Now you're probably asking yourself, what about the power supply? Well, there's no power supply. That's why this guy here is only, I think it's $30 American, and it's $50 Canadian. So you have no power supply. I went ahead and bought another power supply since I did get this guy for free. I bought the official Nintendo power supply, which was $40 Canadian, but not a bad trade-off. You want to make sure that you buy the correct power supply, because that's where you could have potential issues of breaking your system if you don't have the right voltage. So that's super important. You don't want to just use anything. I didn't take a chance. I wanted to buy the official Nintendo power supply to use with the system. And here it shows two models. We have the standard version. There's another version that has a LAN port. So mine does not have a LAN port, but apparently there's issues. I heard that there's probably some potential issues with that one. I could be wrong, but don't quote me on that. So for the unit itself, here it is. This thing is so light. Like, it is a piece of plastic. Very, very light. So very bare bones. It looks kind of cool. So Nintendo Switch 2 just kind of sits right on top. And I'll show that later. So that's kind of cool. And there's some... So for the outputs, you have your HDMI in. Here you have a button, which I'll explain in a second. Here's your power source, USB-C. Here's the USB 3.0 charging and the USB 2.0 charging. So that's kind of cool that they include that. This button here, which I'll show you once in my next segment here, it basically switches from tabletop mode to on-screen mode. So let's say if you're like playing it and you're streaming, well, you can just press that button and it stops streaming. So it's kind of a cool feature. I kind of like it. So you could kind of like charge it at the same time as you're playing it, right? Which is pretty neat. All right, guys, this is what we're working with. Got my Switch 2 right here. I got the Switch 2 dock here. And here we have our monitor. So if I take my Switch 2 and I just, without too much pressure, just pressing it a bit, entering into the dock. Look at this. So it's not showing up on the dock anymore, but it should be showing up on the screen. Voila. It works really well. Outputs in 4K and 120 Hertz, so that's great. Another cool feature is, let's say if you're like streaming and you want to, I don't know, switch games or do whatever you want to do, you could always take it off TV mode. There's a button right here. If you could see it right here, there's a button. If I press it once, now it's in this mode. So this is good if ever you want to, like, I don't know, connect a controller or do whatever that you have to do. So that's great. Dock works Totally good and highly recommended. So overall, would I recommend this? Absolutely. Unless you want to pay 120 bucks American and be down like almost 100 bucks. Well, you do have to buy the power supply, but still. I mean, this does the job. It does exactly what it needs to do, as you can see. So I'm holding the system right now. So this is the dock, obviously this is the system. And one thing I want to notice that there's no ventilation with this one. I wanted to mention that as well. I think it's because it's not, I think the air could circulate freely, and I think it's fine. I'm going to be using it strictly when I'm streaming, so I don't think I'll be playing like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours at a time, so I think I'll be okay. I haven't heard of any issues with it overheating, and I wouldn't see why it would, because it's an open air, so I don't know. I'm assuming it probably doesn't need the cooling, but don't quote me on that. Highly recommend it. If you want to purchase it, use the link below. You can buy it from Amazon, and yeah, you can save yourself a lot of money. And this is perfect if you're a streamer like me. I just drop it, and voila, I'm all ready to go. So, highly recommended. Please check out some of my other reviews I've done in the past for devices and gadgets and whatever, and I'm also a streamer. I play a lot of retro games, so. Alright guys, hopefully you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.